Hello, dear friends. Finland is often seen as a Nordic country with a great education system and stunning natural beauty. But there's more to it than meets the eye. In this video, we will talk about 10 things that may shock you. But first, a short introduction about life in Finland. Finland is often misunderstood, with many people thinking it's all about cold weather and darkness, but that's not entirely true. There's a rich culture and history that's often overlooked, and the Finnish lifestyle is actually quite fascinating. Finnish people tend to be very reserved and polite, which can sometimes be misinterpreted as being rude or unfriendly. However, once you get to know them, they're actually very warm and welcoming. Finnish culture is also deeply rooted in tradition, with many unique customs and practices that are still celebrated today. For example, the Finnish concept of jokamiehenoikeudet, or every man's rights, allows anyone to roam freely in the countryside, pick berries, and even camp in the woods. This freedom to explore and enjoy nature is a fundamental part of Finnish life. Despite their reserved nature, Finns are actually very community-oriented and place a strong emphasis on social welfare. They have a comprehensive healthcare system and a high level of social security, which contributes to their high standard of living. Finns also tend to be very honest and trustworthy, with a strong emphasis on integrity and fairness. Finnish education is also highly regarded, with an emphasis on equality and accessibility. Education is free for everyone, including university, and the system is designed to promote critical thinking and problem-solving skills. This approach has led to Finland consistently ranking high in international education rankings. The concept of sisu is also a fascinating aspect of Finnish culture, referring to a combination of perseverance, determination, and grit. It's about being able to overcome challenges and difficulties with courage and resilience, and it's a quality that's highly valued in Finnish society. Finns tend to be very humble and unassuming, but they're also incredibly resilient and resourceful. Finland's approach to happiness is also quite unique, with a focus on contentment and satisfaction rather than material wealth. Finns tend to prioritize experiences and relationships over possessions, and they place a strong emphasis on work-life balance. This approach has led to Finland consistently ranking high in happiness rankings, despite the cold and dark winters. One of the most surprising secrets about Finland is that it's actually a very happy country, despite the stereotypes about it being cold and gloomy. Finns have a unique approach to happiness that's centered around community, nature, and contentment, rather than material wealth or status. This approach is reflected in their high standard of living, strong social welfare system, and emphasis on education and personal growth. Finns also tend to be very proud of their heritage and cultural identity, with a strong emphasis on preserving their language, customs, and traditions. This pride is reflected in their vibrant cultural scene, with numerous festivals, museums, and cultural events throughout the year. Finland's unique cultural identity is a fascinating blend of traditional and modern elements, with a strong emphasis on community and social cohesion. After a short introduction to life in Finland, let's talk about 10 things that might surprise you. The first of them is the attitude of Finns to alcohol and drunkenness. Finns do not drink alcohol more often than other nations in the world, but in Finland, drunkenness is respected. People often discuss drinking and hangovers rather than family matters. It is easy to meet a drunk person on the street. Intoxication is considered an acceptable state. In other countries, people are ashamed of being drunk and try to hide it. In Finland, drunkenness is perceived as a personal matter, so others do not interfere unless the drunk person breaks public order or the law. It is worth noting that alcohol is expensive in Finland, as it is subject to a high sales tax. Therefore, many Finns take ferries to Tallinn, Estonia, where you can buy various alcoholic drinks much cheaper than in Finland. The ferry to Tallinn takes only 2 hours. It is a short and interesting trip. I have a video about the ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn. Be sure to watch it. The second thing that might surprise you is the sauna. Sauna in Finland is a whole philosophy that unites people and helps them find harmony. For Finns, a sauna is a place where you can not only cleanse your body, but also cleanse your soul, get rid of stress and tension. A Finnish sauna has a special atmosphere of relaxation and unity. Here, everyone is equal, regardless of gender and social status. People go to the sauna undressed, which may seem unusual to tourists accustomed to more conservative traditions. However, this is not a sign of frivolity, but rather a symbol of the fact that in the sauna, everyone is equal and united by a common goal: to have fun and benefit from health. The sauna is a part of Finnish culture that is passed down from generation to generation. Finns value traditions and know how important it is to take care of their body and soul. The sauna helps them stay healthy and in a good mood. In Finland, there is a sauna in every house, and in newer apartment buildings, in every apartment. Yes, you heard right, in apartments. If the building is newly built, then most likely there will be a sauna in every apartment. If the building is old, then as a rule, there is a sauna in the basement for all residents of the building. Each resident usually has 2 hours a week on a certain day and time. The next thing that might surprise you is licorice. In Finland, when you walk around the shops and go to the candy section, you will immediately notice that many sweets are black or contain black in their design. Unusual shapes, diamonds, balls, curls attract attention. Black candies with their unique rich taste are one of the traditional Finnish delicacies. They are called licorice, lakritsi, or salmiakki. It is important not to confuse licorice candies, lakritsi, with salmiakki, although both of these sweets are black. Licorice candies have a sour, salty taste and a deep black color. Licorice sweets are made from licorice root. Licorice and licorice are the same thing. These candies have a taste reminiscent of children's cough mixture. The taste similarity comes from the fact that the mixture, like the sweets, is made from licorice root. Licorice candies can be of various shapes and also have fillings. Salmiakki is also a popular product with a similar taste, which is obtained chemically. Salmiakki is ammonium chloride, or, simply put, ammonia. It sounds quite threatening and inedible. However, the Finns adore salmiak and consider it a national delicacy. Like licorice, it is included in many products. I suggest you start your first acquaintance with licorice. It is better to start your acquaintance with flavors with licorice candies. They are milder in taste. Another amazing feature of Finland is respect for a person's personal space. This is not just keeping a distance between people, but also a deep understanding of the value of personal boundaries, thoughts, and feelings of each person. For Finns, this is not just a rule, but the basis of relationships that helps create a comfortable atmosphere and avoid awkwardness. Even when communicating with friends and loved ones, Finns try not to cross these boundaries. This is not a sign of isolation or coldness, but rather a desire to create harmonious and respectful relationships. Finns believe that keeping a distance helps to avoid misunderstandings and awkwardness. They value the ability of each person to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of being judged or misunderstood. This creates an atmosphere of trust and openness where everyone can be themselves. In Finland, it is important to remember the local culture, especially when it comes to communication. Don't try to close the distance if the Finn doesn't. It is better to let the other person decide how close they want to communicate. It is important for travelers and visitors to Finland to remember these features. This will not only help to avoid awkward situations, but also to better understand and feel the unique culture of this country. Everyone has the right to emergency medical care in the Finnish public healthcare system. Your right to emergency medical care is not affected by your nationality or country of origin. The extent and cost of treatment depend on whether you have a municipality of residence or a certificate of entitlement to medical care and how long you are staying in Finland. In Finland, most health and social services are paid for in advance by Finnish taxpayers. Municipalities receive state subsidies for their provision and also collect local taxes. For residents of the country, all visits to the clinic are free. If you go to the hospital to see a doctor or call an ambulance, you will be charged a small additional fee, 25 euros. The rest is paid by the state. If you need hospitalization, you pay 25 euros per day. This amount includes all services in the hospital: surgery, medicine, food, etc. If an ambulance takes you to the hospital, you also pay 25 euros. However, if you go to the hospital yourself after calling the ambulance, you do not need to pay. Finland is known for its beautiful lakes, northern lights, picturesque landscapes, and is also famous for its ancient architecture. The locals are friendly and speak English well, which makes communication with them pleasant and exciting. Another feature that may surprise you is the old architecture, namely the presence of several beautiful old castles in Finland. Unfortunately, not many people know that Finland has several beautiful, well-preserved ancient castles. If you come to Helsinki, you should definitely visit the old fortress Suomenlinna. It is located on an island 10 minutes away by ferry, which departs from the central market square. It is a very beautiful fortress, which is definitely worth seeing. I have made many interesting videos about this fortress. Be sure to watch them. If you have time to travel, you should definitely visit 2 more old castles in neighboring cities. These are the castle in Turku, Turku Castle, and the castle in Hämeenlinna, Hemi Castle. A one-way trip to either city will take no more than 2 hours, so you can see each castle in one day and return to Helsinki. Flea markets and second-hand shops are very popular in Finland. Flea market, Kauppatori, Kaupis for short, a large room with numbered tables and clothes racks. These are trading places that are rented out to private individuals. A chain second-hand shop is a shop with well-thought-out merchandising. Items are collected through voluntary collection, and part of the proceeds may go to charity. But in general, the shops are self-sufficient and operate according to the rules of commercial trade. A charity second-hand shop is very similar to the chain shops described above, but the price level is somewhat lower, and it is usually run by a church organization or a charity. There is also a chain of recycling shops in Helsinki. People bring their things to the recycling center. The shop workers, mostly pensioners, repair the things, and the shop puts them up for sale for a small amount of money. Another unique feature of Finland is the Finnish language. It is a very complex language due to its unique structure. Some say that Finnish is the most difficult language in the world. 15 cases and unusual long words. For example, Finns can speak by inhaling, which is confusing. However, this is not just a speech feature, but a way to confirm agreement. In addition, Finnish is spoken only in Finland. The only country where Finns can be understood, at least somewhat, is neighboring Estonia. Finland is famous for its low crime rate and is considered one of the safest countries in the world. Residents and visitors can move freely along the streets at any time of the day without fearing for their safety. This environment contributes to the creation of a comfortable atmosphere for living in the country. Tourists come here not only for the picturesque landscapes and culture, but also for peace and confidence in their safety. In addition, Finland pays attention to general vigilance in matters of monetary transactions and attention to possible misunderstandings. This also helps maintain security in the country and strengthen trust between people. All this makes Finland not only a beautiful, but also a safe place to visit and live. So, we come to the 10th feature that might surprise you about Finland. Finnish cuisine is unique and combines the traditions of Northern Europe. One unusual dish is kalakukko, a fish and meat pie. This is a traditional Finnish dish made from a mixture of fish, usually salmon, and pork, wrapped in rye bread. Kalakukko is baked in the oven, resulting in a flavorful and filling dish. Another unusual dish is Karelian turnip pies. The turnip gives the pies a sweet and earthy taste that may surprise those accustomed to more traditional fillings. These pies are often prepared during holidays and served hot. No less interesting is the kalakito soup, a fish soup that is prepared using milk or cream. This gives the soup a delicate texture and creamy taste. Kalakito is a popular dish in Finland, especially during the cold season. Finnish cuisine also offers a variety of ways to prepare fish, including smoking and drying. These methods give the fish a unique taste that may differ from what you are used to. Tourists who want to try something new can discover the richness of Finnish cuisine. Finland's secrets are all about its unique cultural identity, which is rooted in its history, traditions, and values. From its emphasis on education and social welfare to its approach to happiness and community, Finland is a country that's full of surprises and contradictions. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Finland and its secrets. What do you think is the most interesting or surprising aspect of Finnish culture? And what other countries would you like to learn more about?
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna think so. No, 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 I don't think so. No, 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 it's never, ever, 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 ever